So take a pause.
First things first, I wanted to explain why I chose, sorry, my hair. First, I want to explain why I chose to do videos and do it in like a YouTuber kind of style where I'm posting online for everybody else to see instead of doing like a video diary or writing a book. One of the things that really changed my life was my mom's passing in 2018. She was such a huge part of my life. She got sick at a time where I was out in them streets. Out in them church streets. I had a church family that I was super involved with. I was at their house all the time. I was at the church all the time. I was just doing my own thing. That was me living my life. I found a church home and I was there from Sunday to Sunday. And when I wasn't at the church, I was with the people who were at the church. And so she got sick and I didn't know about it. The year that I graduated high school is the year that I found out that I wanted to go to Alabama A&M and join their marching band and live my drum line fantasy. But for sax. I could have done tenor or I could have done alto. But that's what I wanted to do. There was also my mentor or mother figure at the time was kind of big on the military. And so I wasn't sure if I wanted to try and do the Air Force. That was an option. I took in the ASVAB. So there was a lot of stuff. And then I found out that she's sick and I dropped everything and focused solely on her and my siblings and my family. And then that went on for 3 years. There was a couple things that I realized when she did pass. After all the emotional looking back, the self-reflection, I realized I did not have any pictures with my mom. Not really. I had a few, but she didn't take a lot of pictures. She didn't take a lot of videos or selfies, or there wasn't a whole lot of visual documentation of her existence on Earth. I also realized I didn't know a whole lot about her specifically. My parents, or my family in general, my mom's side, was very big on, if you're not saved, we're not taking your kids around you. And so a lot of my mom's side of the family, my mom's dad's side specifically, I don't know who them people are. Her dad died when she was 13, so I never met my biological maternal grandfather. And I never met none of his family, I don't think. I met maybe once, but because they lived a different lifestyle, we just never associated with them. So I didn't know nothing about my mom's side of the family. I realized that her legacy and her memory is lived on through us, through her kids. And for her kids not to know a whole lot about her, but for the resemblance to be there, for her spirit, the characteristics that made her who she is imparted into all of us. But as far as her story, what she went through, what her dreams and aspirations were, what she wanted to accomplish in life, how did she get to where she was, all of that is kind of a mystery. And as I'm living my life as my last year of my 20s, as a 29-year-old, I'm like, man, if I could have known what my mother was going through, or what she was like when she was 29, I would be so grateful to have that. I know my mom did things very similarly to how I do things now. And it's not just her. My mom's mom, my grandmother, my mom's grandmother, my great-grandmother, they have different personalities, but the one thing that is consistent is that God is first and foremost. That is the number one thing. They pray like nobody's business. I mean, like waking up at 3, 4 in the morning and praying for hours. And they are able to make it through anything. Whatever the hardship is, they survive and they take it, and they take it with grace. They don't complain. They let God lead them in there. It's not everybody's like that. I have met more people that are like, oh, I wish I would never, yada, yada. I never grew up with that. It was never, I'm not going to do that because that doesn't serve me. That was never the conversation. That was never the example. I have access to my grandmother and my great-grandmother, but my mother not having access to my mom murks me because I need it. I'm out here struggling through life, and it's like, man, I had a coach. God gives us coaches to help us through life, a mother and a father, from 2 different perspectives, 2 different vantage points, with 2 different roles. And I low-key miss both. I low-key don't have either. So I don't want to do that. And right now, my son is 2. I would have about 10 years if I made it to where my mom did. My son will be 12. I can't have conversations about grown life with him. It just put into perspective, like, live your life out loud and document it, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. And I don't want my kids to ever be like, I wish I knew, my mom's story. So that's 1. 2, second reason is I've always wanted to leave a stamp on the world. I was a kid that was just like, I want to change the world. Didn't know how. was not sure how. I had a bunch of ideas. I remember I was 8/9-ish. Might have been 10. 8 to 10. I remember saying, God, hey, I want to change the world. I'm almost 30. I ain't really changed the world a whole lot. I have definitely impacted some people. I really want to leave something for people who don't know me, a part of my lineage, my legacy, to have access to, that I don't have to entrust in somebody else to pass down. You know, back in the day, you know, culture, stories, history would be brought through the elders to the young. I'm not trusting nobody to do that because they're going to tell their side of the story or through I want them to hear from me. So that is the reason why I'm choosing to do it, outside of just liking to make videos and edit. I really don't like to be in front of let me restart.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Don't judge me or do. I ain't tryna live my life for you. Never been the type of girl to fit the mold. I've always been an open book, but now I'm closed.